Judy's log. It's Monday, the 14th of February, and Michael and I are sitting on a sidewalk outside Auto Centro waiting on our mechanic and the gentleman from whom we're buying our vehicle so that we can get it properly inspected. So this one is all about buying a vehicle in Panama. Now, if you can afford to go straight to the Toyota dealer or the Honda dealer or whichever dealer and buy a fairly new, 2-3-year-old or brand new car, this blog is not for you. This is for the people like us who are looking for a used vehicle but need to get a good used vehicle. So the first step, first of all, we've been at this since Friday morning. We came in and we were picked up by a friend on Friday morning and we started searching. We've been searching on Encuentra 24, which is the classifieds right here in Panama. Actually, the whole of Central and Latin America uses Encuentra 24. And we also went to some used car dealers. So we've been searching, and we were searching long before we even landed in Panama. Michael was doing a lot of search. So we started off Friday morning with a friend and went to various places, found this wonderful Honda Ridgeline. Oh my gosh, comfortable, clean inside and outside, all the things that we wanted. That's after looking at a few others. So next step was to take it to the garage. So that's your first tip, is you do not buy a used car in Panama from anybody, not a lot, not a person or anything, without having a good mechanic you can trust. So this does not mean just any old mechanic. Find somebody who you know who can put you onto a mechanic you can trust. So we did that. Our friends gave us a mechanic here in Panama City, and we also have a mechanic in David who are trusted by our friends. So that's the first step. So we took it with our friend to his mechanic, and he looked around. Totally detailed, very detailed inspection. And when he put it up on the lift, there was oil coming from the rack and pinion and somewhere else. And he said, nope, don't buy it. Listen to your mechanic. You don't know Panama. You don't know how it's done here. And so you listen to your mechanic. So we left there, and then our friend had to leave. So our mechanic in David sent another mechanic, his friend, who used to work with him, to now come and take us around. And he and his wife, who happens to be a doctor, by the way, they took us around. And oh my gosh, she was on the ball. She was just spotting, and she had looked up a million things. We looked at maybe 5 cars a Friday evening. And every single one of them, the mechanic did his testing, and he said, no, don't buy it. So, that's your lesson, is you have to get everything checked out by a mechanic. Saturday morning, we went back out again with the mechanic and his wife, looked at several vehicles, I'm so tired. And every one of them he thought was a bad buy. So lesson number 2, Toyota country. Panama is Toyota country. And so the lesson really is that you have to buy a vehicle, especially we don't live in the city. We live way out west in a little town, really like a little village. And so you have to get a car that everybody knows how to service. And this is Toyota country. It used to be Honda country. So Toyotas, Hyundais, Kias, and Isuzus, they know how to service really well. So learn that. Anything else, you could end up spending a lot of money or having to bring in parts from the States. Also, it's not advisable to ship your car, because even though the car might look the same and it may have the same name, those of us who come from the Caribbean or what they call third world countries, we know that the parts may not be the same. So finally, yesterday morning, we went to look at 2 others, and the first one, the minute he opened the engine, he knew something was wrong. And when they looked at the odometer, this is almost 20-year-old car, and it only had 77,000 kilometers. So you know they back that, right? And we're used to them backing odometers in Jamaica and giving less mileage. But come on, if you're gonna back it to something realistic, all right? So that was that. And finally, we found a Toyota Tacoma, which was exactly what we'd been looking for. Pulled the hood, did everything, looked at it and said, okay, it needs one seal, but that's simple. So this is tomorrow's business. So this is now day 3. Today is Monday. This is day 4. We still don't get the car yet because now we're meeting him here so he can put it on the lift and look under it. And then we have to go to the place where they transfer it. Now just learn this, things like traffic tickets, car liens, anything at all like that stays with the car, not with the driver. So if the driver got a ticket, the ticket is on the car. And if you're not sure that the car is free of liens and tickets, those tickets and liens become yours. So going to the registration place, that's what we're going to find out before we finalize the deal to buy this vehicle. Okay, so this is an amendment to the car buying blog as the excitement continues. So the gentleman has not arrived with a van because it turns out his wife has COVID. So he's not supposed to leave the house. He doesn't have COVID, but he's supposed to be under quarantine. So now our mechanic is gonna go get the car, the van, wipe it down, bring it to be inspected, and then take him to get power of attorney so that the mechanic can actually sell the car. So the excitement continues. Stay tuned. We'll let you know when we actually get the car. Okay, so here we are, day 5, and I've recovered. We're finally back home in Porto. We were able to get the vehicle. What happened was the mechanic took the vehicle, got it inspected. Then he, instead of taking the gentleman to the tag agency, went to the tag agency, spoke to somebody he knew, got all the documents, went to see the gentleman, had him sign, go back to the tag agency so Michael could sign, and come back to pick up the car. So all in all, we did end up getting our Toyota Tacoma, but a couple of lessons. 1, never buy without a mechanic. 2, make sure your mechanic knows some people so we can get stuff done. 3, it doesn't work the way it works in America, so or in Jamaica for that matter. So be patient, look for the right vehicle. Walter is our man. Walter's numbers is right here on the vlog. Be patient and know that it's not going to work as easy or as smoothly unless you're buying from a dealer. If you're buying from a dealer, used car or brand new, they'll handle the paperwork and half of this nightmare will not happen to you. But if you gotta buy from an individual, then here's some of the stuff that you gotta have to watch out to. Stay tuned, next one coming soon.